Beside me is also my colleague Marieta Jeric for my support. So I will try to be short in my presentation, and I will start with the current RDP, where I have to say that we, can you to the next slide, please? Where we don't have any specific measure or support for smart villages, but that doesn't mean that we don't support the smart solution. We support them. They are implemented within the Measure 19 leader approach, also within Measure 16 cooperation. Maybe just for example, we supported smart solutions through the cooperation like IT system for irrigation, less use of water, then applications for food traceability, monitoring health of plants, and so on and so on. And also we had the help of the National Rural Network. We have a platform, and they helped us a lot also with this kind of smart solution assembly. Now the proposal for 2021-2027 is based on three very important documents. The one is the National Strategy for Agriculture, named Our Food, Countryside and Natural Resources since 2021, which has already been adopted. Then we made the analysis, SWOT analysis for specific objective 8 that we already coordinated with the stakeholders. And in May 2020, we made an online survey for smart villages. With help of our National Rural Network, we questioned 970 respondents. How do they imagine the concept of smart villages? And can we turn on the next page, please? And so on basis of all these three documents that I have mentioned, we defined needs and opportunities, and the most common answer was they imagined this is the integrated rural development, like village renewal, development of basic services, raising the quality of life, and providing infrastructural development in rural areas. Then also short supply chains, supply with agricultural and other local products on the local area, like in schools, in tourism, was very important. Also social innovations, cooperation on all levels in tourism, heritage and quality of life, like innovative forms of accommodation, like boutique tourism, and also as the sixth answer, it was smart agriculture, self-sufficient with food in terms of bioeconomy. Our scale would be a village, a group of settlements or municipality, group of municipality, or other developed areas with already basic infrastructure on place. About criteria for smart, what we define for smart solutions, digitalization, innovations, infrastructure, all basic, so social as technical. Also developing areas, some basic infrastructure, cooperation, networking, partnership of different sectors, common, this partnership or developing areas like multi-generational centers, incubators, and so on, and existing idea, solution, action plan of area to become more developed or smarter. Next page, please. About the added value, where do we see the added value is in spatially connected area. For sure, in partnership, what will be very important. Common public interest, innovative characteristics, not only in technical way, but also smart, efficient models of organization. Area with a local support, ideas and inspiration to become a smart village, these areas which are open to new knowledge, to new knowledge and exchange and cooperation. Also digital solution innovations, as I already said, so in social as in technological way. Next page, please. So we were thinking how to integrate the smart villages in the strategic plan, and we were thinking about at least 2 interventions. We would leave it in the interventions leader, like a first step to enter with a smaller project, and then upgrade it in the interventions for with investments, for example. Maybe I have to mention that we had in the former program period, we had intervention called renewal and development. And in this program, you know that we have under measure 6.4, also we are supporting through the investments of non-agricultural activities on the rural areas. And somehow we see that we could connect these 2 measurements for the future strategic plan and upgrade it with new needs that we and opportunities that we have defined. We see also smart villages not only to put in one measure, but we see it like a horizontal working team. We are going, there will be also the horizontal connection with other investment measures, where digitalization will be extra prioritized. For example, also in investments in new buildings, new production capacities, what we will encourage and prioritize through more points or something like that, the projects who will have higher step or of digitalization. And also national rural network will also be our help as it was until now. So we have to mention also the keys system. There will be also a very tight connection to this keys system with learning and transfer to education. Now on the slides and also in the next slide, we have these 2 interventions, intervention leader and this new one that we were thinking. Can we put the next slide, please? But I will not go in detail, so you will get all these presentations. So so you can read it, and if there is any question now, we will answer it. So we define those two interventions through beneficiaries, eligible cost, conditions for eligibility, smart villages strategy, criteria for smart village project selection, and so on. Maybe to the next last slide. I would just say something what our links are to the other SE funds and how we are cooperating with them. Already now, LLD coordinating committee that we have in this program. There are included all managing authorities from all funds. I have to say that in the beginning of this year, we included also the European Social Fund. And we are also talking and discussing to upgrade the cooperation to choose one leading fund and unify somehow the rules as far as possible to make it easier to applicants. And then we have several working groups at different levels for planning of operational program for SE funds, also EAFRID. Then rural development needs and priorities, we are following and cooperating in the document that is preparing and coordinated by Government Office for Development and European Cohesion Policy. It's called Territorial Approaches from EC Funds. And we also are cooperating in working group for partnership agreement, where we are talking about priorities of rural development. So maybe this would be all in a short way, and now I'm open to your questions.